Happy Thursday, Flosstube. Hello, crafty friends. My name's Caroline. Welcome back. Daily Crafty Chat. I am super late today. It is almost 6 p.m. that I'm sitting down to record this. And, oh boy, have I got something good to share with you today. Have I indeed. Prepare to be enabled. This is, I'm so excited about this. I had to share it with you, and in fact, the woman behind this entire video today, everything that I'm going to share with you today, is Ellen Reed of Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. If you haven't met Ellen yet, she's a bit of a Canadian superstar, and I'm not being facetious when I say that. Actually, Ellen is she's in the rock band, the Crash Test Dummies. She's a singer, and she plays keyboards, and I've seen her in concert with the Crash Test Dummies, and she's a marvel up on stage. It's kind of mind-blowing a little bit that we have this sort of Canadian rock icon as also part of Canadian Flosstube roster of Flosstubers. Ellen is, she has her channel Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. She messaged me a photo today. And after I, said, what is this? And, what the what? She explained, she told me about it. And I said, I have to tell people about this today. Is that, are you going to share this? Because you should share it first because it's your thing. And Ellen said that she wasn't going to be able to get to it soon, but that she wanted to get the word out because there's a little bit of there's a pretty wonderful, actually, philanthropic bent to the pattern that I'm going to share with you today. So it's all thanks to Ellen. So if you follow Ellen on Instagram, her Instagram name is @LPooIsHere. I'm going to have all of the information in the drop down box below. And 3 days ago, literally 3 days ago, Ellen shared a photo on her Instagram feed that was this absolutely incredible woven coverlet or blanket that has been in her family since it was made in 1837. And Ellen says that this would have been done by traveling weavers for the family of her great-great-grandmother. So many of you will already know that Ellen has been staying with her mom and helping her out after some dealing with some health issues. And Ellen has been digging through the family treasures. I think she's shared a few of these treasures in her most recent Flosstubes, and some of the work that her family has done in the past is astonishingly good, and it's been so well preserved and cared for. It's really, it's nice that those sort of treasures have been appreciated clearly by her mother, and now passed on down the line. And so Ellen shared a photo of this coverlet on Instagram, and then texted me a photo today of a chart, a pattern done by Jacob de Graaf of Modern Folk Embroidery. You had me right there. You all know I am a huge fan of Modern Folk Embroidery. Jacob's patterns are phenomenal. They're so beautiful. And he has taken the woven design from the coverlet and turned it into a chart. He's turned it into a PDF cross-stitch chart. and it is stunning. It's stunning. So I'm going to pop in the photo here. I will also probably have made it the screen capture of this video, so you probably will have already seen it, the introduction, as the introduction to today's video. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to read you the description that Jakob has included with the pattern. I have already purchased it. I couldn't get there fast enough. I couldn't hit the buy it now button fast enough because, whew, it's beautiful. Okay, so description. This design is based on a family heirloom from Canada, a hand-woven coverlet from 1837. Its owner kindly allowed me to create a cross-stitch repeat pattern based on her beautiful coverlet. This wonderful coverlet has kept many generations warm through many a cold Canadian winter. Now, with your support, 25% of the profits that are generated through its sales will help families stay safe and warm at a time in their lives when they need it the most. Toronto-based charity Red Door Family Shelter helps victims of domestic abuse, families facing homelessness, and refugee claimants with nowhere else to go. So thank you for your support, and if you want to make any further donations to the Red Door, please visit their website at www.reddoorshelter.ca. And then Jakob gives some chart details as well to go along with the pattern. She is a large pattern. It is 281 stitches high by 146 stitches wide. And he says that thread estimate, I always like to know, how, when you're doing these large scale monochromatic designs, an estimate of how much you think to start with. And then, that's based on one type of fabric. So he says 32 count linen, 2/2. So 2 strands of thread over 2 on a 32 count linen. You're going to be looking at 7 to 8 skeins of DMC. So, that's not a ton. And if you did this 1/2 on a 40 count or higher, you'd barely need any thread at all. You'd be done in no time. And it's, I'm going to be honest with you. I brought some fabric and the hank of rouge from Mrs. Sada's silk, and I had it set aside already with a chart in mind, with a pattern exactly in mind. The fabric is the perfect size for it. I'm not going to lie, when I saw this, I immediately wondered if I could fit this pattern on it instead. I can't. And that's okay. I'm not mad about that because trust me, the other pattern is the Lena cross stitch. It's a square geometric design and it's gorgeous. So I'm not mad about it at all. It's just that I don't have the fabric here to start this, which, when you get that immediate feeling like I'm in love with this, I need to stitch this right now. It's just not going to happen this weekend. So, oh well. I did purchase the pattern, and Ellen is from Toronto, so it is a charity that's clearly meaningful to her. Whew. So yes, pretty exciting stuff, I must say. And that is all I wanted to tell you about today. And if you do head over to Modern Folk Embroidery's website, be prepared to be there for a while if you've never visited before, because it is a wonderland of beautiful charts. Beautiful, beautiful charts. And I know most of you probably will have already heard of Jakob and his designs, but for those of you who are new, stunning, stunning, stunning stuff, and really just beautiful. And he continuously comes out with new things that are very, very pleasing to the eye, and I want to stitch them all. Oh, but that time thing, man, gets in the way. Okay, so that's, I think I've shared everything. I have some photos from Ellen that I get to, that I will include within this discussion today. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing those as well. And I think I did a little bit more on my Martin Luther King sampler. I finished that one bird and I didn't quite finish the border. I'm going to be honest with you. I put one length of floss. Well, I finished the bird, and then I added one more brand new length of floss into the border. And then I fell asleep on the couch at 9:30 p.m. because I was tired. Clearly, I didn't know I was that tired, but then you know that feeling where you're sitting up and you feel yourself do that kind of, you know, and you startle yourself. Yes, that was me at 9:30 last night. So I'm very hopeful that tonight I will have a little bit more time to stitch. So the pajama along, I have put up the event on the Facebook group, the Friday Off the Grid Facebook group. This is a very informal, kind of just a silly, fun thing to do, to imagine that you and lots of other cross stitchers are, you know, doing some of their favorite activities this weekend, which is, you know, being cozy and stitching their hearts out and drinking lots of fill in the blank. Some of you are tea drinkers, coffee drinkers, wine drinkers, whatever brings you a little bit of joy this weekend. Let's just try to, you know, make ourselves cozy, and I'm looking forward to it. So I actually I am planning on this weekend. Tomorrow I'm going to ball up my Polka Dot Creek yarn, and this is the mini that came with it that I will use. And I am going to cast on my biscuit socks. That is a pattern by Lorraine Hay of L&S Crafts. And so once I have, I'll be sharing the cast on when I do it. I hope to put out a short video as well on Saturday this week as well. That will have made an entire week of videos, which I haven't done in a while. For the last little while, I've at least missed one day in a week. So I'm going to go for it this week. I'm going to do a video every day. So I'm going to ball this up tomorrow, and then Saturday morning, I'm saving that as a Saturday morning cast on. So that'll be fun. Just a reminder that I will have more Holiday Evertote 2020 sets available on Sunday morning. That's this coming Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, thank you to everyone who has messaged me, emailed me, asked, sent good vibes, good wishes about the holiday set. It's been a wonderful response. And again, I know that Krista Gramer of Just Stitching Along is thrilled that you all seem to love her pattern as much as I do. So I will also be selling some extra charts just on their own, but just another reminder, I will not be shipping those charts out until later into October because I don't have them yet. And I want to send, if you're just buying the chart, I'd like to send those out at the same time that the kits are going out so that some people aren't receiving their charts well in advance of other people receiving their kits and their charts. And I think that's fairly self-explanatory. I haven't exactly worked out yet how I'm going to ship anything before Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving. To be clear, Canadian Thanksgiving is, what is the date of it this year? I have no idea. It's usually the second weekend in October. And it's always, my wedding anniversary always falls on somewhere either just before, during, or just after we got married on Thanksgiving weekend back in 1996. And I was just a baby. I was just a very young girl. And so our wedding anniversary usually takes second place to Thanksgiving, but oh, that's all right. That's neither here nor there. We still managed to celebrate at some point. But shipping the kits out, because I really don't know who's going to be going where before Thanksgiving. So it's quite possible that I might have a lot of stuff ready to go, but I don't end up shipping anything out until after Thanksgiving. I am most likely not going to be staying here until the end of October for various reasons I don't really need to get into, but I suspect we're probably going to be moving back home, Nicholas and I, closer to, you know, sometime after Thanksgiving instead of waiting the full time. Makes it, one of the reasons being that it makes it a little easier for John to winterize the cottage when there's no one here, because he can sort of pick away at the jobs. There's a lot of work that goes into closing up a 3-season cottage, 3-season cabin or camp or whatever you prefer to call it. If you don't know, we are on an island, so we can't live here in the winter. In February or March, early March, if it's been a really good hard winter, John can snowshoe out over the ice. But some winters that doesn't happen, so we don't count on it. He has to close up the cottage thoroughly and carefully so that pipes don't burst, so that you know, everything is boarded up and taken care of. There's a lot to do with all of the different systems, electrical, the generator, and, you know, servicing, all of that kind of stuff. And so when it's just him, he can sometimes come up with a friend, and they'll come up and they'll do the work together, but they can sort of pick away at it over 3 or 4 days, instead of me sitting there going, you know, I'd really like to have some hot water to wash the dishes or something like that. You know what I mean, right? So that's one of the reasons why. But I think Nicholas is also, he's missing his friends, and he's missing his bedroom at home, and you know, lots of other little reasons, really. Nothing really big and important or super interesting, really. So no real dirt to share. So and I guess that's it for me today. I didn't have any more news about the beans and wieners topic of conversation that's been bandied around here the last couple of days, other than to say that it is it's been really funny to talk to you about beans and wieners. All right, so I will end it here. It is now 6 o'clock, so I'm going to get myself some supper, and then I'm going to get this video going so that we can visit together. I do have a whip parade already loaded in for today. I think you're going to enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow. So until then, have a great night. You're welcome. For those of you who I have enabled to hop over to Modern Folk Embroidery's website, I hope you have a great time over there. And happy stitching, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.